If you can get these 3 things right in retirement, then you're going to be completely off to the races to having a stress-free, successful retirement. In this video, I'm going to take the hundreds of conversations that I've had with retirees over the past year, and I'm going to condense it into the 3 things that I would do if I was retiring today. Hey everyone, I'm Marc Sabourin, and I'm here to help you tax efficiently plan for your retirement. Alright, so first and foremost, it's the importance of having clarity on what you want to do in retirement, and more specifically, how much that's going to cost you. If you want to go out and create a budget, great, but if that's not your thing, that's okay too. What I'm referencing is a general outline of when you want to spend your retirement savings. For example, let's say that I'm retiring at 60 years old. Now for me, I would want to spend the first 15 years of my retirement traveling and doing things while I'm presumably at my healthiest. And let's say that between my day-to-day expenses and the travel that I want to do, that I would budget for expenses of $8,000 per month. Once I'm 75, I likely won't need as much because I'm assuming that my travel will slow down. So let's just say at that point, I need $6,000 a month to have the lifestyle that I want to have. Now, obviously, I'm hoping to keep my health until the very end, but just to be safe, let's say that my expenses go back up to $8,000 per month once I'm 85 to factor in the possibility of needing some help on the health side of things. We can also get more detailed on other specific expenses that I want to plan for in retirement. So let's just say I wanted to buy a car every 5 years, then that could also be factored in on top of the $8,000 per month that I'm budgeting for. The more information, the better. So this plan can definitely go off the rails if I have a health issue earlier than expected or if I live longer than expected. So you really want to have a buffer built in to make sure that you don't run out of money. So you can check out this video that goes into more details as far as how you should be planning for those buffers in retirement. But at the end of the day, it's good to have clarity on the expenses that you expect to have, which brings us to the second thing that you'll want to get right in retirement. Having a plan to draw down your retirement savings to reach your retirement expense goal. Now that I have an outline as far as how I'm going to spend my money in retirement, I need to have a plan to withdraw my retirement portfolio tax efficiently, all while factoring things such as CPP, old age security, pensions, what my wife is doing, TFSAs, RSPs, RIFs, non-registered accounts, inheritances, so on and so forth. This is where you're going to have to crunch some numbers. And this is where things get very complicated. So if you want to learn how to build out your own retirement withdrawal strategy, check out this video because you'll want to do it in a tax efficient manner. Now at this point, I know how much I'm going to need throughout my retirement, and I know which accounts I'm going to draw on to meet those expenses. So this brings us to the third thing that you're going to want to get right in retirement. Building out your portfolio for a stress-free retirement. So I'm going to fast forward to 60 years old and I have my retirement portfolio. At this point, I know how much I need throughout my retirement and I know which accounts I'll be drawing on to meet those expenses. Since I won't be using my entire portfolio in 1 year, the whole portfolio shouldn't be invested in the same manner. The slice of the pie that I'll be using in my 60s shouldn't be invested in the same manner as a slice of the portfolio that I'll be needing in my 70s and 80s and so on. The best way to set up a stress-free retirement portfolio is by using the bucketing strategy. You can check out the ins and outs of this strategy by checking out this video, but to quickly summarize, you start with 3 buckets. The first bucket is the money that you're going to need in the short term. So let's say the first 2 years of your retirement. And since you're going to need this money relatively soon, you don't want to be taking any risk with it. So you'll want to invest it in something that's completely safe because you want to know that that money is going to be there when you need it. The second bucket is the money that you're going to need in the midterm. So let's say over the next 8 years of your retirement. Again, because you need this money relatively soon, you'll want to invest this piece of your portfolio conservatively as well. This brings us to the third bucket. Since you're not going to need this money for a very long time, you can invest it more aggressively because you don't need access to it tomorrow. Every year, the first bucket is refilled to ensure that there's cash available for you to spend in retirement. With the third bucket, if markets have a good year, then you can flow money down from the third bucket down to the second bucket. And if markets have a bad year, then you would just leave that money invested inside the third bucket so it has time to recover. What's the benefit of having these 3 buckets? To reduce stress, because by having these different buckets, when markets don't perform, I know that that money is invested in my third bucket that I won't need to touch for a very long time. If you're interested in seeing these 3 steps in action, check out this video. Hit that subscribe button and we'll see you next time.